Okay, good evening everyone. Now I'll discuss about this what is coarse AF and fine AF. Okay, so many people who see an atrial fibrillation ECG, they'll just see an irregular rhythm and just say that okay, patient is in atrial fibrillation. Okay, but thing is there is so much to learn about the fibrillatory waves. What are the types of that? What is coarse AF? What is fine AF? What is flutter fibrillation? And depending on that, how it impacts on the patient outcome. Okay, there are many things to learn from a atrial fibrillation ECG. So if you see this ECG, what is atrial fibrillation? It is a low amplitude baseline oscillations and an irregular ventricular rhythm. Okay, that is a definition of a atrial fibrillation. Okay, so here you cannot see any clear cut P waves, and there is a irregular rhythm. And what these waves you are seeing, these are the F waves or the fibrillatory waves. See here you can see, don't get confused with the flutter. Just don't see in V1 and lead 2 especially, these fibrillatory waves, they exactly appear like a flutter. Okay, see this V1 lead, these are all looking like a flutter waves. Okay, so don't get confused that it is a flutter. Even in fibrillation, especially in the lead V1 and lead 2, the fibrillatory waves may appear like a flutter waves, so you have to see the other leads also. Okay, that is important. And one more thing is, you can see that, see this, these fibrillatory waves are going more than one amplitude, right? They are more than one millimeter amplitude. So whenever these fibrillatory waves are of more than 1 millimeter amplitude, they are called coarse fibrillatory waves. Okay, that is called a coarse AF. Okay, so I will show you one more example. See this ECG, this is a example of a fine AF. See, there are, you cannot see anywhere prominent F waves. It's almost like a isoelectric line with a very mild undulations only can be seen in the baseline, right? And there is, and everywhere it's not more than 1 millimeter amplitude, they're all less than 1 millimeter amplitude. So this is called a fine atrial fibrillation. Okay, so this is a coarse atrial fibrillation. So what is the significance of this, that we should understand. So what I told, there are two types now. One is a fine atrial fibrillation and other is a coarse atrial fibrillation. Here it's more than or equal to 1 millimeter in amplitude of fibrillatory waves. Here it's less than 1 millimeter. Okay, so there are various studies which showed that the coarse atrial fibrillation is associated with more incidence of a thromboembolic events. Okay, it means cerebrovascular accidents and embolic events. But there are some studies which showed that the fine F is also associated with the cerebrovascular accidents. But thing is, one thing you should remember, this coarse AF is more common in patients with a rheumatic heart disease. Okay, so those patients who had atrial dilatation especially, and more atrial dilatation and associated with the rheumatic heart disease in, so next time when you see a rheumatic heart disease patient with an AF, always just see that usually it's a coarse AF. Okay, and also this is also, coarse AF is also sometimes seen with a thyrotoxicosis. Okay, thyrotoxicosis, whereas this fine AF is mostly associated with the atherosclerotic heart disease. Okay, so atherosclerotic heart disease is associated more with the fine AF, and coarse AF is associated with the rheumatic heart disease and thyrotoxicosis. Okay, so I am clearing this now. So what is, and one more thing which I want to tell you is, as the patients, as the age increases, okay, the amplitude of the fibrillatory waves is decreases. Okay, it means the amplitude of the fibrillatory wave, I am writing is as a fibrillatory wave amplitude, okay, is inversely proportional to the age. Okay, so it means like a 50-year-old may have a coarse AF, and gradually as the age increases, the fibrillatory wave amplitude decreases. Why? Basically this is because the fibrillatory waves is nothing but some atrial muscle. So whenever the atrial muscle, the viable atrial muscle is lost, the electrical activity is also lost, so it becomes more fine. Okay, and also it is also inversely proportional to duration of AF. Okay, so as the AF becomes long standing, the atrial viable muscle is lost and the coarse AF becomes a fine AF. Okay, but one good thing about this coarse AF is that, okay, so this fibrillatory wave amplitude, it means whenever there is a coarse AF, okay, the likelihood of successful electrical cardioversion is high. Okay, not only that, and also the likelihood of successful AF ablation is also high when there is a coarse atrial fibrillation. Okay, so it means there is a good viable amount of muscle, and when you give a DC cardioversion, it is more likely that the patient will be in sinus rhythm if it is a coarse AF. If it is a fine AF, even if you do DC cardioversion also, it may not revert, or even if it reverts also, again it may go back into atrial fibrillation. Okay, so this is grossly you should learn about the differences between the coarse and fine AF and what is its importance. Okay, so we'll have a very quick revision now. So this is a patient with a coarse atrial fibrillation. Coarse atrial fibrillation is nothing but the fibrillatory wave amplitude more than 1 millimeter, fibrillatory wave amplitude more than 1 millimeter, and the coarse AF, as the age increases, it may become a fine AF. Okay, and also as the duration of AF increases, the coarse AF also may become a fine AF, and also like this is a fine AF. And so whenever there is a coarse AF, the likelihood of success of DC cardioversion reverting to the sinus rhythm is higher. Okay, and also the likelihood of successful atrial fibrillation is higher if it is a coarse AF. Okay, so next time when you see an atrial fibrillation, you should not just tell that it is a okay, this is an atrial fibrillation ECG. So next time always you should comment on the fibrillatory waves. What are the is it a coarse AF or fine AF, and also what else you are seeing in this ECG. You are also seeing a Ashman's beat. Okay, so Ashman's beat I will discuss in some other video. So Ashman's beat is nothing but because of the long refractory period of the right bundle. Whenever there is a long short sequence, it ends with a RBBB type of morphology. It's not a VPC, it is a supraventricular beat, that you should remember. So there is something called a Fish criteria also. We'll discuss in some other video about the Ashman beats. Okay, so this is the coarse AF, this is the fine AF without any less than 1 millimeter amplitude. Okay, thank you.